if you're doing it for business, if you're doing it for fun, if you're just a freelancer in creating your content, do gear really matter in achieving what you want to achieve? If your answer is yes, yeah, you are correct. Gear do really matter when you are creating content or when you are trying to tell a story. But do they really matter in all cases? So in some cases, your gear do matter. But in some cases, maybe not. Because what actually matters, you will quickly understand that in some cases, it's not the gear. It's the story that you are trying to tell. It's the content you are trying to create that really matter. And the gear is just a tool that you need to achieve that story. So I'm going to divide this into two. If you are creating content for yourself to put on social platform for people to see, gear don't really matter when it comes to that, okay? What really matter at that point is going to be the quality of the content you are trying to create, okay? That should be your focus. But if you are doing a professional job, this is where it varies. If you're doing a professional job, then gear may matter because your client may probably demand for certain type of gear that they want you to use because you are getting paid to deliver a high quality job, and at that point, yes, gear may matter. Okay, let me say this before we move on. I want to make this statement, and I'm going to tell you right now that the moment you come to term to this statement, the better and the easier it will be for you. There is no perfect gear, okay? There will never be a time that a perfect gear do exist, and there will not be a time that a perfect gear will exist. The only thing you need to understand that there are good or better gear to use for a certain situation. If you're able to come to terms with this, it will give you peace of mind. There will always be a new camera body every year from different manufacturer. And if you are the type that are rooted in this, you will realize that you are changing gear every year. Now, let me come back to if you're shooting content for yourself. In most cases, if you're shooting content for yourself to put on social media platform, your phone will probably be the ideal, gear you need, an external microphone. But if you're in a good environment, you may get away with using the microphone that comes with your phone. But if you're in a noisy environment, then I would suggest you get external clip-on microphone that you can plug directly to your phone and you'll be good to go. Just focus more on the content and the quality of that content rather than focusing on gear that you use. You can do a lot with using your phone. It's less headache when it comes to, recording. The downside is that what quality are you recording on? If you're going on 4K, you may need a large storage device, probably 256 gig. If not, if you are able to plug external SSD and be able to record, that would be a good thing for you. But this will be a hassle-free if you are getting into content and, you just want to get something done. Your idea, it's what sells, not your gear. I hope that is understandable. Create good content and you'll be surprised. So, now, if you want to dive in more by not using your phone, probably you want to have a dedicated camera and you're doing it all by yourself, there's no help, there's nobody behind the camera. I would suggest you go mirrorless camera. They are lightweight and they are easy to use. And in this case, if you're going to choose any mirrorless camera at all, 3 things should be priority when you're choosing a mirrorless camera. The first one is that a camera that can give you good autofocus. That should be the first thing, nothing more. The second one is that a camera that will allow you to plug in an external microphone. That is second. The third priority for you should be that how many minutes can this camera record? Do they have recording limit? That should be another thing. If you're creating content that is more than 30 minutes, that may be a problem with some camera. So do your research very well and be sure that there's no recording limitation when you're choosing your camera. Those will be the 3 things that I will say that you should focus your mind on when you're buying a dedicated camera. Autofocus, mic input, and recording limit. Those are the 3 things you should look for. In this case, like I said, the Sony ZV-E10 is good. So I will also recommend the A6400 from Sony. And those 2 cameras should get you going if you're just starting out and you're creating content for yourself. Another thing I would recommend, it will be a good microphone, all right? If you're just starting out, I will not advise that you should get an external audio recorder. That will, making editing a little bit cumbersome. you should be able to plug your microphone directly to your camera and everything should be kind of embed together, okay? There should be no need to sync in post-production, except if you have a professional that is helping in your video editing. If not, be sure you are able to plug your microphone directly to your camera. And in this case, you can get a shotgun microphone that is wireless. And that way you can plug it directly to your camera phone jack. Okay, and the one I would recommend is a shotgun microphone that you can put on the table close to your mouth, but the receiver will be on your camera. And this is a Comica Audio VM40. It's a wireless shotgun microphone. It's a new release in the market. This is going to be a game changer. There will be no need for the XLR cable anymore. All you need is the receiver plugged to your camera while you have the microphone on your table or you hold the microphone. So that will eliminate the distance problem when you have to plug the microphone on your camera, and the distant or the far away you are to your mic, the bad the audio will be. So in this case, Comica tried to solve the situation by giving you a microphone close to your mouth and transmit the audio wirelessly to your camera. All right, that's a very good one. I'll leave the link in the description box below if you want to check all this gear out. Comica Audio VM40 is a new addition and is a wireless shotgun microphone. That is what I would recommend if you're starting out and you need a good quality audio, all right? And I think that should settle everything when it comes to creating content on your own. Forget about any other thing, any camera that is coming out. Don't let that get into your head. Focus more on creating good content rather than focusing on people on the internet talking about which camera is good or the new camera in the market that you need to buy or game changer camera. It makes no sense to me, okay? If your camera is getting the job done for you, don't listen to all those side things. Focus more on your content and you'll be good to go and you'll be happy, okay? So now the other part will be that you're a pro. You are creating content for clients, or probably if you're for hire, people call you to come and, shoot video for them and they will demand for a certain camera. My advice would be that you can't be buying camera that your clients want you to use. The best thing is that look for a camera rental place and sign up with them. Any camera or gear that you need are readily available for you to rent. Now, if you want to have a personal camera, like I say, there will be no one camera that can do it all. But there will be a camera that can get the job done right. And that is what you should focus on. Whatever area that you find yourself when it comes to your job or the kind of, job people call you for, look into that area and look at the camera that can get the job done for you, probably maybe 95%. That's the camera that is right for you. For example, if you are a wedding videographer, you should understand that the time that you will shoot, it's like you're shooting throughout the whole day. So there will be during the time that it's going to be really bright outside where you're going to be shooting. And there will be a time during that day that you will be shooting inside the hall. It may be dark. It may not be well lit. A lot of things like that. Then, probably maybe a cocktail hour or whatever, people are dancing, the DJ light is going, everywhere. The light is dim. All those times, you still need to capture them. So, in my own case, what I will advise is that you have a variety of scenes that you need to shoot that will demand different kind of camera. And my advice would be that there should be one camera or two cameras that should be able to get that done for you without giving yourself a headache. The first is that you're going to be shooting outside. You may be looking into a camera with ND filter built in. That should be one of your main focus. Also, if you have to bring it inside the hall, you have to be looking at the camera that's very good in low light. High quality fast lens. That should, be part of what you'll be thinking of. If you have to go with one camera, in this case, I would recommend you go with the FXs because they are fast, they can shoot in low light, and they have internal built-in ND filter. So that should eliminate a lot of that for you. Yeah, they may not be perfect in everything, but according to what you are doing, they can help you get the job done 95% time without headache. So if you really want to know why do I create this video, what actually bring me in doing this is because I'm tired of seeing grown-up adults crying about one camera is better than the other or one camera can do this more than the other. Make me feel like Do they really know what they're talking about? No. There's a reason why Toyota creates Toyota Corolla. There's a reason why Mercedes have a regular Mercedes, and there's a reason why they have AMG. There's a reason why you have Ferrari. They are built for different things. Now, does it make sense to you that you need a car that is really fast, and you get to the dealer and you end up buying a Toyota Corolla? After maybe 1 or 2 months, you go online and you start complaining to people that Toyota Corolla cannot perform like a Mercedes-Benz AMG. It makes no sense. Toyota Corolla is not built to run like a Mercedes-Benz AMG. No, it's not built to run like a Ferrari. That car is built to move you from point A to point B and to save you a lot of gas. Now, if you need a performance car, that's another thing. Go for performance car. So, in conclusion, if you are not contented with what you have, you will understand you'll be moving from Canon to Sony, from Sony to Panasonic, Panasonic to Nikon, and God knows where you're going to stop. That is, if you're able to stop. But if you'll be contented, choose a nice camera that can get the job done for you 95% of the way, and you'll be good to go. If you're going to create content, guys, be sure you choose the right gear for the content you are creating. I will be so much happy rather than fighting on which camera is better, which camera is bad, which microphone is good, which microphone is bad. All right, guys, so that's it. I hope this helped you. And truly, if you find this information useful, please do subscribe, like this video, share it, let others see. Until next time, stay blessed. Bye, 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 bye.